The story begins deep in a dense, silent forest, atop a lonely mountain, where a solitary house stands surrounded by towering trees and mist. Inside this isolated home lives William, a quiet and contemplative man who has been living alone here for months, completely absorbed in his research. The forest is so desolate that even hearing another human voice would feel like a miracle, as the only sounds are rustling leaves and distant birds. One afternoon, while examining his notes outside, a venomous snake suddenly strikes, sinking its fangs into William's hand. Panic surges through him. His heartbeat accelerates, pounding against his chest like a drum. The venom spreads quickly, and he realizes that without immediate intervention, death is inevitable. His trembling hands fumble for his phone, but it slips through his fingers and tumbles down the rocky mountain slope, shattering his last hope of calling for help. Pain and fear overwhelm him, but a grim determination takes hold. William decides to act on his own. He presses a knife against his hand, desperately trying to draw out the poison. Blood pours, soaking his clothes, and every movement brings searing pain. Somehow, with sheer willpower, he drags himself back to the house. Gulping down large amounts of water, he attempts to flush the venom from his system, but his body is already severely weakened. Minutes later, he collapses unconscious on the cold floor. When consciousness returns, William finds himself in an even more bizarre state. The venom hasn't entirely left his system, and strange hallucinations begin to plague him. Shadows flicker at the edges of his vision, and he feels the unsettling sensation of being watched, though the house is empty. For the next couple of days, he lies immobilized, lost in fear and confusion. Then, a distant sound reaches his ears, a helicopter hovering above. With every ounce of remaining strength, he crawls toward the door, but his body fails him. Outside, a group of scientists, likely on an emergency mission, stands surveying the area. Hearing nothing from within, they assume the house is abandoned and depart. Days pass. Slowly, the last effects of the venom fade, and William begins to feel stronger and more alert. Yet a lingering doubt remains. What if some trace of the venom still exists in his system? Despite this fear, he decides it is finally time to leave this isolated place. He starts his vehicle and drives toward the city, his eyes scanning the landscape for signs of life. But as he enters the urban limits, a horrifying sight freezes him in place. The city is utterly silent. Streets littered with debris, thousands of cars abandoned mid-drive, and within them, the lifeless bodies of the people who once inhabited the world. No sound, no movement, only the eerie stillness of a civilization abruptly halted in time. Trembling with shock, William walks through the empty streets. The silence is suffocating, oppressive. Inside each vehicle, people remain frozen, their expressions a haunting mix of fear, pain, and disbelief, as though time itself stopped the moment they died. His gaze falls on a road sign. Scrawled in stark letters, it warns that a highly contagious, deadly virus spread across the globe just a few days ago. Its reach was swift and merciless, leaving nearly the entire human population dead. Governments no longer exist. Laws are meaningless. Civilization has crumbled. Understanding begins to creep in. William has arrived in a city that has already witnessed mass destruction. Slowly, he makes his way back to his old home. Opening the door, his heart shatters. His parents, too, have fallen victim to the virus. The house is silent, empty, suffused with grief. He sits quietly, confronting the bitter truth. The world he knew is gone, Resolute, he digs 2 graves near his home, burying his parents with a heavy heart. Days pass in silence. William comes to a grim realization. He may indeed be the only living human in the city. Yet, deep inside, a flicker of hope remains. Somewhere, perhaps, there are other survivors. He collects essential supplies, including a firearm, food, and other necessities. He resolves to travel to Las Vegas, hoping that a larger city increases the likelihood of finding survivors, yet the bridge leading out of the city is completely blocked. Forced to take a longer, more dangerous route, he navigates treacherous roads, each mile a test of endurance. After hours of tense driving, he reaches Las Vegas. The city is deserted. Hotels and casinos, once bustling with life and neon lights, now stand empty and silent. Exhausted, William decides to stay in a famous hotel. With money meaningless in this new reality, he drinks fine wine and enjoys luxurious accommodations, but his heart remains hollow. That night, his life takes an unexpected turn. 2 figures appear, Milton and Anne. They too are survivors, having escaped the deadly virus. Milton and Anne recount their experiences. Like William, they were spared from infection. For days, they traveled from city to city, finding no other living humans. Milton shows William an old TV broadcast, the final news report in existence. Scientists had failed to develop a cure. The virus mutated too rapidly for a vaccine to be possible. Civil wars erupted worldwide, and desperate humans fought each other over medicine, food, and water. In days, humanity was decimated, either by the virus or by their own hands. Milton emphasizes that this is the first time they have seen another living human since the outbreak. The number of survivors is exceedingly small. Anne, emotionally shattered, shares how she witnessed her husband and child die through a video call. From that moment, hope abandoned her. William stays with them, experiencing the futility of luxury in a collapsed world. Milton, once a powerful businessman, has lost everything: family, identity, and purpose. One day, Milton reveals a gun. This, he says, is their last option. Should life become unbearable, the 3 of them would end it together. William, still desperate to live, flees the hotel. Gunshots echo behind him. He turns and finds Milton and Anne have taken their lives. William is left utterly alone once again. Broken and despairing, William drives fast through empty streets. Silence and death surround him. At the roadside, he notices a lone, frightened dog. Slowly, the animal approaches. William takes him in, naming him Lucky. With Lucky by his side, a faint light returns to William's life. He visits a library, collecting books on survival, and returns home. Together, William and Lucky gather all available food supplies and prepare to face life in this new world. Time passes. 1 year goes by. The bond between man and dog strengthens, offering comfort in the lonely expanse. Yet, without other humans, William experiences an ongoing sense of isolation. He jogs, swims, and sometimes drives in circles, simply to feel alive. One day, Lucky barks furiously at a distant house. Smoke rises from its chimney. William senses life and starts driving toward it immediately. Arriving at the house, William spots a girl on the roof holding a gun. Her name is Emma. She is cautious, aware, and a survivor like him. William slowly explains who he is, gaining her trust. They realize that neither has seen another living human in the past year. Emma shares her story. She arrived in the area recently, searching for survivors. William invites her to his home.
I'm so excited.
Together, they begin repairing the house and organizing supplies.
Don't worry.
They rekindle hope, forming a life together. They sleep, work, and maintain hobbies to combat loneliness. Aware they might be the last couple, they understand the responsibility of repopulating the earth. Wild animals encroach into the city. William installs solar panels to secure their home. Emma becomes pregnant. Joy mixes with William's concern over raising a child in a post-apocalyptic world. He reads baby care books and organizes their home, raising chickens, cows, and maintaining a garden. They control the rat population with cats and preventive measures. Eventually, Emma gives birth to a healthy baby girl. William and Emma paint their address outside, hoping other survivors can find them. 6 years pass. William and Emma now have 2 children, Here and Alex, and Emma is expecting a third. Their family slowly grows. One day, a group of survivors discovers William's address. The group includes Molly, John, Ezra, and her son, Rafe. Molly is a doctor. Jean is a singer, and Ezra is a mother. William teaches survival rules. Humans are scarce, and wild animals roam freely. Supplies must be gathered with weapons and companions. They collect medicine and food, entertain children with music, and new members are gradually integrated. 14 years pass. Children grow, and William teaches them survival skills. A violent storm strikes one day, and Lucky is found dead under a tree. They bury Lucky, honoring him as the first member of their family. Tiger attacks the garden. William intervenes, but is injured. Molly treats him, and Emma kills the tiger, securing the area for their children. 17 years pass. Children grow into capable survivors. William teaches Alex and Sam all survival tricks. Rafe and Here bond. They establish a new society in the city. Children learn to live according to nature. Radios and communication equipment are restored. 50 years later, old William tells his grandson that humanity's survival continues through their lineage. Responsibility rests with them, and with that, the story concludes.
Another day done.